Welcome, deep divers, to another journey into the truly unique and multifaceted careers that so often defy conventional wisdom.
They really do.
Today, we're plunging into a story that starts with a John Belushi-like madman. Well, at least that's how the New York Times once described him.
Quite a description.
It is. But his actual public performance career began in a far more, well, furry fashion as a college mascot.
Yes, you heard that right. It's just one, fascinating, unexpected thread in the incredible tapestry that is Matt McCarthy.
And what's truly remarkable about Matt McCarthy, an American comedian, actor, writer, improviser, now based out in Los Angeles, is not just his dynamic energy, which is undeniable.
Oh, absolutely. You feel it.
But it's the sheer breadth and impact of his career. He truly embodies the modern multi-hyphenate entertainer.
That's a perfect term for it. Someone who excels in many different creative roles, often, simultaneously, weaving them into a really distinctive personal brand.
Exactly. So our mission today is to really unpack that remarkable journey. We're going to explore how his incredibly diverse experiences, everything from his very specific Rhode Island roots
Right down to the street name.
to his intense work as a WWE Creative writer, his role as a beloved podcast host, and his breakout as a sitcom star, how all that has profoundly shaped his unique comedic voice and his incredibly versatile career.
And we're here to extract the key insights from the sources you've provided us, connecting the dots in a way that highlights those often unforeseen paths to creative success.
Yeah, showing how seemingly disparate interests can actually build a powerhouse talent. It's not always the straight line, is it?
Rarely ever, especially in creative fields.
Mm.
From a broader perspective, this deep dive is an opportunity to understand that success is often about how different skills, passions, and seemingly unrelated experiences converge.
Right.
They become the foundational elements for a truly distinctive, enduring talent. It's about recognizing the value in every single step, no matter how unconventional it might seem at the time.
And for you, our curious listener, this deep dive is for anyone who's ever wondered about the many hats a modern entertainer wears, or how those unrelated skills can actually become your unique superpower.
Yeah, prepare for some serious aha moments.
Definitely. About perseverance, about following genuine passion, and about the undeniable power of just embracing every single opportunity that comes your way.
So let's get into it.
Let's unpack this, starting right at the very beginning, tracing those formative years.
Yeah.
Where else do you start?
Indeed. To truly grasp the essence of a performer's comedic voice, it's often essential to understand their origins, the environment that first shaped them.
Totally.
Matt McCarthy was born Matthew McCarthy on November 9th, 1979, right in Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And not just Providence, but specifically at the Old Women and Infants Hospital
Wow.
on a very precise spot, Maud Street.
Maud Street. I love those precise geographical details. They truly root him, don't they? Paint such a clear picture.
It really does.
So he grew up as the youngest of three in a classic Irish Catholic home in Rumford, Rhode Island, attending St. Margaret's School and then LaSalle Academy.
So, okay, if we look at that profile, classic New England upbringing, youngest of three, Irish Catholic, what might that background suggest about his early development, especially, concerning a personality that would later gravitate towards performance?
Well, being the youngest of three, especially in an Irish Catholic family, and particularly in that specific New England cultural context, it often means growing up in an environment rich in storytelling, quick wit, maybe a certain kind of resilient humor.
Right, that makes sense.
There's often a cultural inclination towards anecdote and, verbal sparring, which can be fertile ground for a comedian.
Definitely.
And the youngest sibling frequently develops a personality geared towards performance or seeking attention, maybe to distinguish themselves amidst older siblings or just carve out their own space,
Trying to get noticed. Exactly. This could subtly but significantly influence his comedic perspective, giving him a unique lens through which to view familial interactions, community quirks, societal norms, all constant fodder for comedy.
Yeah.
And the specific details like Rumford, Rhode Island,
Yeah.
really ground his initial observations of the world. It offers a particular regional flavor that often translates into a comedian's voice. You can sort of hear the play sometimes.
That makes perfect sense. You're just absorbing all these observations, developing your voice and your own way of seeing the world, maybe even before you consciously realize you're going to use them professionally.
Absolutely.
And these early roots, this foundation, absolutely set the stage for some truly energetic and, frankly, unexpected collegiate experiences. Because it wasn't just about attending classes at Fordham University, was it?
No, not at all. It was far more public, far more physical, and looking back, surprisingly foundational for his later career.
Yeah.
Before his stand-up career properly took off, McCarthy served as Fordham University's mascot, the Ram,
The Ram.
from 1999 to 2001.
Yeah. I can already picture the high-energy antics. This isn't just some quirky anecdote, though. I see this as a real foundational performance skill builder.
Oh, definitely.
If you're a mascot, you're intrinsically engaged in physical comedy, right? You're constantly engaging an audience, often a huge, roaring crowd with incredibly high energy.
Nonstop.
You're reacting spontaneously, embodying a character without uttering a single word. What kind of, accidental masterclass is that for a future comedian and actor? What skills are you honing in that suit?
That's a truly insightful question, because the role of a mascot, while it might seem frivolous on the surface, offers an accidental masterclass in several critical performance skills.
Right.
The anonymity of being inside that costume, combined with the physical demands, maintaining character, high energy, it would have taught him to project emotion, narrative, even personality, purely through movement.
Wow. Without words.
Exactly. You learn to gauge audience reaction, to work a crowd, to command attention without relying on dialogue at all. These are core competencies for any performer, particularly those who excel in sketch or physical acting.
Yeah.
It quite literally forces you to develop a robust stage presence and an understanding of nonverbal communication. It probably prepared him for that high-energy, almost madman delivery that critics would later describe in his stand-up.
Yeah, that energy had to come from somewhere.
It's about being present, reactive, and physically expressive.
And talk about uninhibited. Our sources even point to a specific, vivid example that really captures that early, raw energy.
Oh, this is great.
A YouTube video from February 15, 2009 titled, "Fordham Ram Feels Up Rudy Giuliani on Morning News."
That's specific.
I mean, that just screams early, uninhibited performance style, doesn't it? He was already comfortable making a memorable, if not maybe slightly chaotic, impact in front of an audience, even a television one.
Right. Absolutely. That kind of spontaneous, perhaps even mischievous engagement with public figures and a live camera is, well, it's a hallmark of a natural performer, isn't it?
It really is.
It's about tapping into that raw, impulsive energy and finding creative ways to connect with an audience and make a splash, even from inside a giant ram head. It shows a certain fearlessness that would serve him well.
Definitely. So from the roar of the crowd and the physical demands of mascot work, he then transitioned to a more structured, yet maybe equally chaotic and demanding form of comedy, improvisation.
A classic path.
Right. After Fordham, he made a very intentional decision to study improvisation at the renowned Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York.
UCB.
And for you, the learner, this isn't just some random improv class. UCB is the training ground for so many of today's top comedians, writers, and actors. What's the significance of that specific, rigorous training there?
UCB is significant because its methodology is incredibly specific and, frankly, effective. It emphasizes game-based improv, active listening, and really strong collaborative scene work.
Okay, game-based improv. Break that down a little.
Sure. For those unfamiliar, game-based improv basically means finding a recurring pattern or comedic mechanism within a scene, essentially. The unspoken game or premise.
The funny thing.
Yeah, the core funny thing. And then exploiting and heightening it for maximum comedic effect. It teaches you not just to be funny on the spot, but to build on others' ideas, to find the underlying comedic structure, and to fully commit to a character or premise.
So it's structured chaos, almost.
In a way, yes. And these aren't just techniques for making up funny scenes on the fly. They're critical skills that translate directly into comedic writing. Understanding joke structure, escalation,
Right.
acting fully inhabiting a character, and just the ability to think quickly and adapt in any performance scenario, whether live on stage or in front of a camera. It refines raw talent into a powerful, adaptable skill set. Collaboration is key.
And quick-witted intelligence, definitely.
Yeah.
So he's got the physical comedy and audience engagement from his mascot days. And now the quick thinking, active listening, and collaborative skills from UCB. These are all truly fundamental building blocks for a multifaceted entertainer.
Absolutely laying the groundwork.
But before he really hit the established comedy circuit, there was an early, somewhat serendipitous TV appearance that sort of foreshadowed his future in front of the camera. Maybe a little hint of things to come.
Yes, a rather unexpected, lighthearted detour into the world of game shows, actually.
Oh.
He appeared as a contestant on an episode of Cash Cab,
Cash Cab, no way.
which aired on June 26th, 2006.
That's a fun, memorable detail for a lot of people. It's certainly a lighthearted footnote, but maybe it does showcase an early comfort with being on television and thinking on his feet,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't strictly comedic.
Exactly. Just another step in getting comfortable in front of the lens, understanding pacing, reacting under pressure. It all adds up.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. And these initial forays into television, even as a game show contestant, they quickly led to more intentional commercial work, which, for many performers, is a vital proving ground.
That's absolutely right. The visibility gained from early television appearances, even minor ones, can often open unexpected doors.
Right.
And for many emerging talents, commercials become an essential proving ground. They offer national exposure and a chance to develop a very specific kind of comedic craft.
And he landed some pretty big ones early on. We see him in a St. Patrick's Day commercial for Guinness in 2008. That's huge visibility.
A massive brand.
And then he became the cable guy in a series of very memorable Verizon Fios commercials in 2009.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah. These weren't just local ads. These were national spots reaching millions of viewers.
And what's truly fascinating here is how commercials function as that vital proving ground. They offer national visibility and, crucially, demand the development of succinct comedic timing and highly defined character work.
30 seconds to make an impact.
Exactly. You have to convey a personality, a situation, and a comedic beat in an incredibly short time frame. These roles likely allowed McCarthy to translate that energetic, almost madman persona that was already brewing from his improv and mascot days into memorable, bite-sized performances that resonated with a massive mainstream audience. Think about how many millions saw The Cable Guy. It cemented his face and style in the national consciousness.
Yeah, you saw those ads constantly. Naming the brands, Guinness, Verizon Fios, and that specific character, the cable guy, really helps us visualize these early, impactful acting gigs.
Definitely grounds it.
And these commercial spots were just the beginning of his foray into widely accessible media, especially as the digital landscape was just exploding, right?
Yeah.
New platforms were emerging as powerful conduits for comedy.
Oh, absolutely. This is where he really started making significant waves, sort of building his own creative engine.
Yeah, taking control.
Absolutely. This period was pivotal, coinciding precisely with the dawn of viral video and the democratization of content creation. McCarthy wasn't just present, he was really at the forefront.
Okay.
He co-founded the sketch video group Front Page Films, or FPF, with fellow comedians and creators,
Right.
notably including his frequent collaborator Pete Holmes.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because FPF and groups like it, this was a truly revolutionary moment in digital comedy, wasn't it?
It really was.
FPF wasn't just making casual home videos, they were creating high-quality sketches, commercials, and genuinely viral content for major brands and platforms. We're talking Doritos, Crunch Fitness, College Humor, even Comedy Central.
Big names?
He starred in many College Humor shorts, and their FPF videos were regularly featured on prominent early digital platforms like Atom.com, and even got highlighted on Comedy Central's Tosh.0.
Yeah, getting major pickup.
This was essentially pioneering viral comedy, crafting content specifically for that exploding online audience.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, sketch comedy groups like FPF were truly revolutionary because they fundamentally shifted the paradigm. They allowed comedians to bypass the traditional gatekeepers, the networks, the studios.
Right, the old way.
And directly connect with massive audiences, sometimes millions, on their own terms. The collaborative nature was intense. Rapid idea generation, writing, filming, editing, often on tight budgets for immediate digital consumption.
Wow, fast turnaround.
It honed a very specific and incredibly valuable set of skills: speed, relevance, direct audience engagement.
So it's not just about being funny. It's about being incredibly agile, understanding what resonates online, being able to pivot, and making something inherently shareable, right?
Exactly. It was a direct, unfiltered line to the audience and a proving ground for a different kind of comedic entrepreneurship.
Building your own platform.
Precisely. The skills honed in creating viral content, understanding audience psychology, writing punchy material, mastering efficient production would become indispensable in the modern entertainment landscape.
Yeah.
It was a true pioneering moment.
That adaptability is key.
Yeah, demonstrating an extraordinary adaptability to new media platforms that would continue to define much of his career. This kind of direct-to-consumer content creation was a huge accelerator.
So for you, our listener, this segment is a perfect illustration of how adapting to and excelling in new media platforms can be a powerful accelerator for a creative career. It's not just waiting for a gatekeeper, it's building your own door, often with your
Yeah,
friends.
taking initiative.
And one specific example that really drives home the impact of FPF is their Doritos Super Bowl XL3 commercial, New Flavor Pitch, which aired back in January 2009.
Super Bowl.
That's Super Bowl ad territory. From an online sketch group, incredible reach and validation right there.
Indeed. It vividly highlights the commercial viability and mainstream penetration of their digitally native work. They weren't just on YouTube. They were directly impacting national ad campaigns.
Amazing.
And beyond commercial and digital shorts, McCarthy's diverse and often surprising interests began to surface in unique hosting and creative roles, pushing the boundaries of what a comedian could do.
And one of his deepest, most enduring passions, which might seem a little niche for a mainstream comedian but has actually informed so much of his work, is professional wrestling.
Ah, yes, the wrestling connection.
He's not just a casual fan, he's a self-proclaimed avid pro wrestling enthusiast. And this wasn't just a casual interest, he actually translated that passion into a professional capacity.
He went pro, basically.
Yeah. He had 2 distinct and significant stints as a creative writer for the WWE.
That's huge.
First from 2011 to 2012, and then again from 2016 to 2018. This is a big deal.
What's truly fascinating here is
know.
what it means to be a creative writer for WWE. It's a unique and incredibly demanding blend of skills. Narrative storytelling, character development, dialogue crafting for live performance, and an intuitive understanding of live audience dynamics. It's essentially like writing a continuous, sprawling theatrical soap opera.
Like a muscle opera.
Exactly. A modern gladiatorial drama, but with incredibly high stakes, improvisational elements, and immediate, visceral audience feedback.
Oh.
This isn't just fan-level engagement. It demonstrates a deep, analytical understanding of a niche passion. He's applying his comedic timing and storytelling skills to a very specific, high-pressure, uniquely theatrical medium.
He's a storyteller in multiple arenas.
Very much so.
So this raises an important question. How might the high-stakes, dramatic, and often incredibly comedic storytelling of pro wrestling, with its exaggerated characters, clear heroes and villains, intricate long-form narratives, how might that influence a comedian's approach? Their narrative, character work, even their stage presence. Wrestling is all about big personas, right?
It truly is a masterclass in theatrical performance and character commitment, albeit a very specific type. From a storytelling perspective, you're constantly building anticipation, creating compelling heroes and villains, crafting narrative arcs over weeks, months, even years.
Long game.
For a comedian, this translates into a refined understanding of pacing, how to escalate tension effectively, how to deliver a powerful payoff, whether that's a laugh, a gasp, or a roar.
Right, manipulating emotion.
It's about building personas that connect, knowing how to elicit specific reactions, understanding the rhythm of a crowd. It's raw, immediate, and incredible theatrical.
Makes sense.
And the 2 separate periods of his WWE involvement also show a consistent, valued contribution. He wasn't just a flash in the pan there.
Right, they brought him back.
Yeah.
So his passion for wrestling wasn't just behind the scenes. It also became a fantastic platform for his comedic voice in another burgeoning medium, podcasts.
Yes, this is where he could truly merge those passions.
Yeah.
Leveraging his deep-seated interest, in 2013, McCarthy launched the We Watch Wrestling podcast,
Okay.
co-hosted with fellow stand-up comedians Vince Averill and Tom Sibley, and produced by Rob Sibley.
This is such a great example of that modern creative hustle, finding your niche, the power of podcasts for comedians to explore niche interests, build a dedicated audience, and showcase their unscripted chemistry. It's immense.
It really is.
This project allowed McCarthy to organically merge his deep wrestling knowledge with his distinct comedic talent, creating something unique and authentic. And that collaborative aspect with other stand-ups probably just sharpens their collective wit, right?
Oh, absolutely. Ensures a dynamic, unscripted flow that listeners love. It's a natural extension of improv skills into this audio format.
And for you, the listener, this is a strong example of how pursuing a genuine, even seemingly niche, personal passion can lead to a surprisingly successful and creatively fulfilling venture.
Authenticity resonates.
It really does. It creates a deeper, more loyal connection, and a podcast allows for that unvarnished connection to flourish.
It's still going, right?
Yep. Long running, speaks volumes about the dedication and genuine love he has for it.
Absolutely. And while he was building this successful niche podcast and contributing creatively to WWE, he also stepped into a more traditional hosting role on television, further broadening his on-screen persona.
Right, another facet.
In 2010, he hosted AMC's Action Pack alongside Nick Stevens. This wasn't strictly comedy, was it? Sounds like a different kind of public presence. No, it wasn't strictly a comedic vehicle, and that's precisely what makes it significant. Hosting Action Pack, which likely involved discussing action films, movie news-related topics, it demonstrates his versatility beyond pure sketch or stand-up.
Showing another side.
Exactly. It showcases his ability to lead a show, maintain a conversational flow, engage an audience in a non-comedic yet still entertaining context. It adds another important layer to his TV presentation experience.
Proving he could pivot from being the madman character to a more composed yet still engaging and knowledgeable host.
Capable of carrying a different kind of show. Yeah.
So these diverse experiences, writing for WWE, hosting on AMC, building a podcast, were all building immense momentum alongside and maybe feeding into his burgeoning stand-up career.
Definitely feeding it into it.
Because at the core of it all, at the foundation of his public persona, Matt McCarthy is a stand-up comedian. This is where he truly earned his stripes and forged that unique voice.
Indeed. The crucible of the New York City stand-up scene. That's where so many comedians truly prove themselves. And it's a path characterized by relentless effort and, often, significant challenge.
Oh, yeah.
McCarthy began performing comedy in New York City in 2003, starting with the arduous, often brutal path of open mics, Barker shows, and the dreaded Breyer shows.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second, because open mics, Barker shows, bringer shows, that is the comedian's boot camp. For anyone maybe not familiar, this is the absolute grind.
It really is.
You're testing raw material, often for like 5 people who might not even want to be there, or you're literally on a street corner trying to convince strangers to come inside a club to watch you.
Barking, yeah.
And bringer shows. You have to guarantee an audience just to get 5 minutes on stage. It's tough, it's humbling, and it's where you learn resilience.
Absolutely.
But he quickly found a home in the East Village at the now-defunct Comedy Social, featuring a weekly showcase at the gritty Sin Bar, and later he hosted stand-up at Mo Pitkin's House of Satisfaction.
Legendary spots.
These are almost mythical venues in NYC comedy lore.
And this section vividly portrays that dues-paying phase, which is pretty much non-negotiable for most aspiring stand-ups.
Gotta do it.
Open mics are the lab, where you test jokes, find your rhythm. Barker shows force you to be an energetic salesperson for yourself and the show.
Grab attention instantly.
And bringer shows push you to build a personal following from day one. Consistent performance in these often unforgiving venues is critical for developing material, stage presence, and the kind of confidence that only comes from facing down in different crowds.
Yeah, trial by fire.
And naming specific spots like Sin Bar and Mo Pitkin's adds that historical, gritty authenticity to his early grind. You feel the underground NYC comedy scene.
It paints such a clear picture of the hustle, and his dedication and hard work during this period soon led to more ambitious self-produced projects and ultimately wider recognition beyond just the club circuit.
That's absolutely right. As his voice solidified, he began crafting more substantial, curated experiences. He had a month-long run of his solo show, McCarthyism, at the infamous Rafifi Cinema Classics.
Infamous Rafifi sounds edgy.
Which sounds like an appropriately edgy venue for him, yeah. Following that, he had a multi-month run of the Matt McCarthy stand-up comedy show at Comics NY.
McCarthyism at the infamous Rafifi. That just sounds like a comedian fully embracing his persona and pushing boundaries. What's the significance of developing a full-length solo show like that? Moving beyond the 10-minute set, what does it demand?
A full-length solo show signifies a major inflection point. It requires thematic coherence, strong writing that can sustain an hour plus, and an undeniable command of the stage for that whole time.
It's a statement.
It's about presenting a fully formed comedic vision, moving beyond just a collection of jokes to a more cohesive narrative or perspective.
Gotcha.
And then beyond that, in 2011, he took it a step further by creating Marking Out, a monthly comedy extravaganza in Manhattan.
Okay, marking out. Wrestling term, right?
Exactly. This is a prime example of his ability to creatively integrate his deep personal interests, specifically wrestling, directly into his comedy, carving out a truly unique niche, attracting both comedy and wrestling fans.
Smart. Combining passions.
And yeah, that word infamous, associated with Rafifi, just adds that touch of edgy underground history, suggesting a willingness to experiment and challenge norms early on.
So he's not just doing short sets. He's crafting immersive experiences and building a brand around his unique interests. How do these self-produced shows allow a comedian to really define their identity, moving beyond those short club sets?
Well, they provide total creative control. which is invaluable. Without the external constraints of a club's lineup, a comedian can experiment fearlessly with format, explore deeper themes, develop longer narrative,
Try things out.
and fully develop characters or stylistic choices that might not fit a typical 10 or 20-minute set. It's where a distinct comedic voice truly solidifies, and where the artist can present their vision entirely on their own terms. It leads to a more integrated, authentic performance.
A statement of artistic intent, like you said.
Exactly. And the momentum from these focused, self-produced efforts quickly carried him to national television appearances and performances at renowned comedy festivals.
And that kind of national exposure is, for any comedian, truly a game changer. His stand-up TV performances include a spot on Season 3 of Live at Gotham,
Big showcase.
and a coveted appearance on John Oliver's New York stand-up show on Comedy Central. Those are massive platforms for a stand-up.
Absolutely. These national TV spots are genuinely career-defining, offers massive exposure beyond the clubs. It's a definitive stamp of industry validation.
Signals you've arrived at a certain level.
Right. But his reach didn't stop there. He performed at a truly impressive list of prestigious festivals. Just for Laughs in Montreal,
The big one.
All Tomorrow's Parties, Sasquatch, Music Festival, Outside Lands, Bonnaroo.
Wow, that is a list of heavy hitters, basically a who's who of major comedy and music festivals. Performing at those must solidify a comedian's reputation significantly.
Huge crowds, diverse audiences, often alongside major music acts, and you're networking at the highest levels of the industry. It's another level entirely of recognition.
Yeah.
And then, to cap it off, in 2014, LA Weekly recognized him as one of their comics to watch.
That's a significant industry nod, Ra.
Particularly significant, a clear indicator that his relentless hard work, unique voice, and consistent output were resonating powerfully and being noticed by influential critics and industry tastemakers. A strong endorsement.
So for you, the learner, this segment powerfully illustrates that essential blend of perseverance, undeniable talent, and strategic exposure needed for a comedian to achieve widespread recognition.
It's often a long, deliberate climb up that ladder, not usually a single lucky jump.
Absolutely. It's not just being funny in a club. It's getting that meticulously crafted material out there and gaining broader recognition through every available avenue. And while his stand-up career was flourishing, gaining traction, his acting career was also steadily building, brick by brick, leading to significant and diverse roles on both small and big screens, showcasing his range.
Yeah, his acting journey really intensified with that deepening collaboration with P. Holmes from their Front Page Films days.
Right, coming full circle.
McCarthy took on a truly pivotal role as a series regular and writer on The P. Holmes Show on TBS.
Okay.
Which aired in a very prestigious time slot, right after Conan, from October 2013 through June 2014.
That's a huge step up, a really substantial role. Being both a performer and a writer on a network show like that suggests profound creative involvement.
Oh, absolutely.
He wasn't just reading lines, he was helping shape his own on-screen persona and the material itself. And that slot after Conan indicates real network confidence.
Big time.
How does that dual role of writer-performer allow for a more integrated, maybe more authentic comedic output, kind of blurring the lines between creation and execution?
Well, the dual role creates this incredibly powerful synergistic feedback loop. Performance informs writing. Writing elevates performance. As a writer, you're crafting material tailored to your unique strengths, your sensibilities, your delivery.
You know how you'll say it.
Exactly. Which almost invariably results in a more authentic, impactful output. You understand the characters' rhythms because you helped create them. It also gives you a deeper understanding of the show's overall voice and direction.
Makes sense.
And this substantial high-visibility role then truly opened the floodgates for a steady stream of diverse acting opportunities across the TV landscape. A testament to his versatility.
And the list is extensive, genuinely showcasing that versatility across genres and styles. We're talking everything from gritty HBO comedies to network sitcoms to late-night sketch. It's an incredible, varied body of work.
His television appearances are truly remarkable in their breadth and consistency. We see him in memorable guest roles on acclaimed shows like Bored to Death as Tiger in 2011, and that particularly iconic baseball heckler on Curb Your Enthusiasm in 2011.
Oh, perfect casting.
A role perfectly suited for his energetic, slightly unhinged style. His improv skills would shine there.
Absolutely.
He was also a Union soldier in White as Kids You. Now, that same year, actor Louis on Louis in 2012, Mr. Cooper on White Collar in 2012.
Covering the bases.
A bowling team buddy in Adam Devine's House Party in 2013, Armin on Brooklyn Nine-Nine in 2015, and Flanny on Black Monday in 2019. That's a serious range of guest spots.
A baseball heckler on Curb for many comedians. That's a dream role. You know you're going to get to bring some of that madman energy and really play off Larry David. Perfect for his background.
Totally. And then beyond these one-offs, what's even more telling is his list of recurring and multi-episode roles. Speaks to sustained contributions.
Right. They liked him enough to keep bringing him back.
Indeed. These multi-episode roles highlight his consistency and ability to build out a character. He was a striking union man, and then, memorably, Joe Crazy Vesowitz for 4 episodes on Adam Ruins, everything from 2015 to 2017.
Crazy Kasowitz, the name alone.
Tells you a lot about the comedic sensibility, right?
Yeah.
And crucially, he was a recurring sketch performer on Conan for years, from 2015 all the way to 2021.
Wow, long run.
He also played Jon Snow on Bad Internet in 2016, and Richard for 4 episodes on Corporate from 2018 to 2020.
That long-running, recurring role as a sketch performer on Conan directly connects back to his improv and FPF sketch roots, doesn't it? Foundational training put to use on a national stage.
Absolutely. And then a true pinnacle for any television actor, a series regular role. He played Carl for 11 episodes on How We Roll in 2022.
That's a significant milestone. Consistency, commitment.
The sheer breadth, depth, and consistency of this television work demonstrates truly remarkable adaptability and a robust comedic sensibility. He clearly has the range to slot seamlessly into various comedic tones and roles.
Yeah.
For you, the learner, this exhaustive list is a powerful illustration of the often episodic, incremental nature of an actor's career. It shows how consistent, high-quality work across varied projects builds a significant body of work and leads progressively to larger opportunities.
Building a resume brick by brick. Each role adds to the portfolio.
Exactly.
It's truly a masterclass in staying busy, constantly honing your craft, and embracing every opportunity, even smaller roles, because each one builds to the next.
Absolutely.
And beyond the small screen, McCarthy has also made his presence felt in feature films, demonstrating his ability to adapt to cinematic storytelling, including a notable foray into voice acting.
Yes, his filmography includes a mix of roles, showcasing his range again. He appeared in The Other Guys as Therapy Cop #2 in 2010.
Fun role.
The Music Never Stopped as Carl in 2011, The Normals as Osap in 2012, and All That I Am as Pat in 2013. Exposure to different directors, different styles.
So a healthy mix of comedic and maybe more dramatic-leaning roles there, further proving his versatility. But the one that really stands out for its unique demands and massive reach is his voice acting role in the Angry Birds movie.
Oh, yeah, the pigs.
He lent his voice to both Rodney Pig and Acrobat Pig in 2016. That's a major animated feature, global audience.
This role truly highlights the unique demands of voice acting. You have to convey character, emotion, comedic timing, personality solely through your voice. No physical presence, no facial expressions to lean on.
Totally different skill set.
His dual role in a major animated feature like Angry Birds speaks volumes about his versatility and ability to create memorable characters through voice alone. Another testament to adapting performance skills to different mediums.
Yeah.
And his continued presence in features is evident with his upcoming film, Companion, where he plays Sid, set for 2025. Suggests a healthy, ongoing career in cinema.
An upcoming 2025 film means he's still actively working in that space, which is fantastic. It really shows a full, well-rounded career in both TV and film, continuously evolving.
Definitely.
And throughout all these varied performances, Matt McCarthy has also consistently captured his evolving comedic voice and perspective on record, giving listeners a direct window into his artistic growth.
Yes. His recorded legacy offers a very compelling chronological look at his evolution as a stand-up. He has 3 distinct stand-up albums, each marking a particular period.
Okay, what are they?
Come Clean, released back in 2010. Then Pro Wrestling Fan, released in 2016. And Sober Dad, which came out in 2020.
These album titles themselves tell a fascinating story, don't they? Come Clean. Maybe an early unfiltered style. Confessional.
Could be. Raw, maybe.
Pro Wrestling Fan, that's a clear, unabashed dedication to his passion, integrating that personal interest directly into his act, making it a central pillar.
Owning it completely.
Yes, Sober Dad potentially signals a shift, right? More mature, observational comedy informed by significant life changes like sobriety and fatherhood, a new perspective.
It certainly suggests an evolution. This raises an important question. How does a comedian's discography serve as a public chronicle of their evolving material, insights, personal experiences?
Like an audible biography.
Exactly. It offers a unique longitudinal view of their artistic development. You can trace not just the jokes, but the broader themes, the changing perspectives, the personal growth that becomes central to their work over time.
It's not just an album, it's a timestamp of where they are in life and career and how that influences their comedic lens.
Yeah, exactly.
So for you, our listener, this demonstrates how artists document their journey and evolving perspectives, provides deeper insight into their personal and professional growth. It's a chance to truly hear the evolution.
Makes you appreciate the journey.
Definitely. Now let's bring all these incredible threads together and consider the bigger picture of Matt McCarthy's remarkable trajectory.
We've truly covered an extraordinary breadth and depth. We've traced his journey from those spirited, unforgettable beginnings as a college mascot in Rhode Island,
The Ram,
through the intense, formative grind of the NYC stand-up scene, to becoming a prolific and versatile actor in film and TV. We've seen him as a deeply engaged creative writer for WWE and a beloved host of that niche, yet impactful podcast.
And what truly defines him, what connects all these seemingly disparate dots, is that John Belushi-like madman energy.
That description again?
Coupled with a truly remarkable ability to collaborate, innovate, and adapt across wildly different entertainment mediums. It's not just that he's done a lot, it's that he's consistently excelled in so many varied areas.
Proving the true talent isn't confined to a single lane.
Not at all.
The core insight of this deep dive is precisely this. Matt McCarthy's success isn't simply about possessing one singular talent. It's about the incredibly synergistic blend of seemingly disparate skills and passions.
The combination.
Think about it. The raw physical comedy from being a mascot, the quick thinking and collaboration from UCB Improv, the understanding of viral content from front page films, the intricate narrative development from WWE writing, the authentic connection from his wrestling podcast.
All those pieces.
All these unique elements converged, interwove, strengthened each other, building a performer who is uniquely versatile, compelling, and enduringly relevant. His career is a masterclass in cross-pollination.
That's a great way to put it. So what does Matt McCarthy's incredible journey ultimately teach us? About the value of truly embracing all your passions, even the ones that don't seem to fit together, in forging a truly unique and successful creative path. And perhaps for all of us, how can we bring a little more of that madman passion, that fearless pursuit of our varied interests to our own pursuits, whatever they may be?
It's a powerful thought to chew on, I think, for anyone navigating their own career or creative path.
Definitely.
It genuinely encourages us to look beyond conventional wisdom and recognize that our unique blend of interests and skills can, in fact, be our greatest asset, creating an uncopyable blueprint for success.
Absolutely. So whether you're curious about that fascinating intersection of comedy and pro wrestling, or you just want to see some top-tier comedic acting or hear some truly insightful stand-up,
there's a lot to choose from.
We highly encourage you to explore Matt McCarthy's work further. Check out the We Watch Wrestling podcast, listen to his stand-up albums like Sober Dad for a glimpse into his personal evolution.
See that journey?
Or revisit some of his many memorable film and television appearances, Curb, Conan, How We Roll, to witness the full scope of his remarkable talents. You definitely won't be disappointed.
There's a rich tapestry of work waiting for you to discover and enjoy.
Thanks for diving deep with us today. Until next time.